What's up, guys? Welcome back to Roxy Streyer's Bedroom Reviews, and today we are talking about one of the most anticipated movies of 2019. Yes, it is It Chapter 2. I can't possibly explain to you guys how many times I've texted somebody that I saw It, and they don't understand what I'm talking about. They say, what did you see? It, I saw it. I saw It Chapter 2. We gotta go by the full name, y'all. I know that people are really excited about this movie. I was one of them. After seeing It, the OG, I was so into the concept of the second one, waiting to see what the actual actors, how they would embody their younger versions, and what would Pennywise be like in this one, and all of those different things. And I will say, part of me really enjoyed this movie, and part of me was slightly disappointed. Not because it's not a good movie, it absolutely is a good movie, just because it did not stack up to It for me. I think that It Chapter 2 is less scary. It Chapter 2 was less of an anomaly for me. It Chapter 2 did not have that same effect on me afterwards, where I'm stuck thinking about it and it's got my soul. The ending wasn't quite as powerful. And I know that I'm not a book reader, and this is, I have found with the critics and fans and people I've talked to, there seems to be a little bit of discrepancy amongst the book readers and the non-book readers. But here's what I'll say. As a non-book reader, maybe I didn't appreciate some of the things that the book readers did, but the stuff that was in the movies that was pulled from the books, and no spoilers here, I didn't feel like was well fleshed out. When I approached other ones of my friends who had read the books, and I'd say, in the movie, this part didn't work for me, they'd say, oh, well, that was in the books. And I get why that's a great nod for people who read the books, but for me as somebody who didn't, I feel like that really took away from aspects of the movies. There's two specific situations in which I was really bothered by the fact that we never circled back to certain things and or didn't address how people handled certain situations, and those were kind of a bummer for me. The casting on this is exquisite. The actors were able to more than pull off being believable versions of their younger selves. I know a lot of people are saying that Bill Hader is just incredible, and not to sound like everybody else, but oh my God, is he just so good. I love him. I'm obsessed with him in this movie and in general. I'm excited after this to see what Andy Muschietti ends up doing with The Flash, not because it's similar in tone, but because I think he's a very capable director who does have vision and does know what he wants to do and is able to accomplish that regardless of what studio input. And in this case, we see that the movie is incredibly long. It's close to 3 hours, which for a horror movie is not typical, and I feel like he has the autonomy to do that, which I really appreciate. That doesn't mean that I liked that choice, because I think that this movie was far too long. I definitely think we could have shaved 20 minutes off this film, if not 40 minutes off of this film, if not an hour off of this film. But then again, there were aspects I wanted to flesh out more. So some places I wanted it to be a little longer, a lot of places I wanted it to be a little shorter. Overall, it's definitely a solid movie, a movie that I will watch again, a movie that I think will do well with time for me. And if the expectations hadn't been so high going in, I'd probably be feeling a little stronger about it. So those are my thoughts on It Chapter 2. I'm really curious, how do you guys feel? Were you let down? Were you impressed? Is this better than the original for anybody? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, some shout outs to my patrons, because I have the best patrons of all time. Patreon.com/Roxy Streyer. Shout out to Chris Kennedy. Thank you so much, Chris. To Ahsoka Bendu. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Caleb Ochoa, awesome patron of mine. And Gretchen Loden. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time for Roxy Streyer's Bedroom Reviews.